Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lena, and today we're going to talk about how you can keep your budget sustainable for the long run. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. On this channel, I make videos about money and life and things that can improve the mom experience. My first tip for keeping your budget sustainable is to know the specific why about why you are budgeting. What are you working towards? What is your goal? So if you don't have a purpose with your budget, you just want to give up on your budget and you are like, whatever, I'll just bust the budget, it doesn't matter. But if you have a specific why, I need to pay off my car, I want to pay off my house, I want to save for a new house, I want to save for this vacation. If you know your why when you have your budget, it's much easier to keep with your budget. My next tip is to make sure that your priorities are represented in your budget. I am not so great at this because whenever I'm thinking of ways to slim the budget, I always first cut out things like the date budget. But if my marriage is a priority, then I need to be willing to spend money on it, and it needs to be evident in our budget. If one of your priorities is giving or charitable giving, then it needs to be in your budget and it needs to be at the top. If that's one of the things that you want to be about, then it really should be in your budget. Because if you look at your budget and it's not actually a reflection of who you want to be and what you want to be like, then it's harder to keep with your budget. Another priority you might have is protecting your family. So we're looking at life insurance, we're looking at health insurance, we're looking at gap insurance, there's disability insurance. Are those things in your budget? If that's one of your top priorities for your family, is making sure that they're going to be okay in the long run, no matter what happens, then those things should definitely be a priority in your budget. My next tip is to make sure that your budget is not too extreme. No sudden changes. So this is kind of like the idea of how yo-yo dieting doesn't necessarily work. Like, okay, I'm going to only have 1,000 calories this month, and then I'm going to have 3,000 calories the next month because I just gave up altogether. So this idea that you can just fix your financial life by deciding that this month your food budget is going to be $200, it's not sustainable. You're not going to keep with that, and you're not going to, in the long run, be able to work towards your financial goals if you keep flip-flopping between what's happening. So if you are looking at how much money you spend on food and it ends up being $1,000 and you're like, oh man, that is just too much, we need to cut it down. Don't cut it down to $500. You're not going to do it. And then you're going to get frustrated with yourself and you're going to give up. So maybe your first month, you say, let's see if we can spend $800 on food. And then you see how that went and how you felt about it. And then the next month, maybe you'll say, maybe we can spend $700 on food or something like that. Don't crash diet your budget. Take small incremental steps towards getting where you imagine that it should be. The easiest way to derail your budget and your resolve towards budgeting is to make the category too small and then get halfway through the month and realize there's no money left and just be like, forget it. Never budgeting again. This just sucks. My next tip is to expect some amount of failure. So this is really hard, and I would say that probably at this point we only have budget failures every so often or every few months or something. But at the beginning there was some category that I didn't amount enough money for every month, and so you can fix that by like taking money from a different category if you spent less somewhere else, but also just accepting that that is part of the process and being like, that's okay. I knew that that was going to happen and I am okay with it and I'm going to try again. So it's just about expecting that that's going to happen and being okay with that. My last tip for making your budget sustainable is to make room for fun. So this also goes along with that no crash dieting, no crash budgeting idea, is that if one month you decide that you're not going to have any Starbucks coffee, but the month before you had Starbucks coffee every single day, There is no way that you can keep that up. So this means don't take away all your fun, and make sure you have a below budget, even if it's small, and even if it's less than it was before because you're trying to slim your diet. You still have it, you're still having the fun parts of your life, or maybe you have an entertainment budget, or, you know, don't quit all your movie subscription services in 1 month. We've done that too. You're not going to go from watching a movie every single night to only reading self-development books in the evenings for a couple hours now. That's just not how it's going to go if it's going to be sustainable. So if you're thinking, I need to cut back on our TV, or I need to stop paying for these subscription services, just cancel them one at a time. See how it goes, see how it works with your family, see which one you really enjoy and it's really worth paying for. And then you can also rotate. So right now we just have Disney Plus, and you know, after we get bored of that, maybe we'll go to a different streaming service for a while. We're not pretending that we don't ever watch TV, or we don't ever need to just zone out, or sometimes we are so toast by the evening that we just need to watch a movie and that's just what's going to happen and it's fine. We're not pretending that that is going to magically change overnight because our budget says so. We're being realistic about we still need to have fun and we still need to do things that we enjoy. You can also kind of think of how can I do things that are fun for less, but that's a whole nother video. Let me know down in the comments how you keep your budget sustainable for your family. What categories, what luxuries, or what things are you leaving in your budget intentionally to make sure that you guys still have an awesome life? As always, like this video, subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.